First of all, I will explain a little bit about Jabatan Bomba dan Penyelamat Negeri Terengganu.
Our organisation is the Jabatan Bomba dan Penyelamat Malaysia Negeri Terengganu, a government agency responsible for firefighting, rescue operations, emergency response and fire safety education. In 1976, fire service throughout Malaysia was centralised under the federal government under Jbpm. Today, Jbpm Terengganu continues to protect lives and property through firefighting programs, disaster management, rescue service and community safety awareness.
For the first part, two categories of subject files, which is the first one is housekeeping files, and the second one is function files. Next, for the filing system, Jbpm Negeri Terengganu use three types of filing system. The first one is block numeric system. The second one is alphanumeric system. And the third one is alphabetical system. For the storage method, Jbpm Negeri Terengganu use centralized registry.
What is interesting about the way Jbpm Terengganu manage its record and filing system is that they use mobile shelf, which means systematic storage equipment used to save space and keep the file room organized. To facilitate the retrieval process, they use complete guide labels. For example, first, they use shelf number labels. Second, they use alphabetical index. The third is the color code number system. Each color also represents each fire station in the state of Terengganu. This really caught our attention because they use all the full code filing systems and to facilitate the retrieval process.
Did you know that Jabatan Bomba and Penyelamat is using two combination of file system? The first one is traditional file system. The second one is digital file system. So, what are the procedures for filing reports? The first one is reception. The next is opening and classification. The third step is enclosing and printing. Last step is storage, movement, and archiving.
We move to the person in charge of record management. The officer responsible is Tuan BINTI MOHAMAD, who works as an assistant administrative officer. Her main job is to manage and organize records so that the document can find easily whenever needed. Besides, they are also responsible for monitoring other fire station branches by conducting asset inspections. Then, the life cycle of records. Life cycle of record have four main stages before disposition. First is creation, where record received or created. Usually, the correspondent is typically handled via email, and postal service always used for the confidential and government correspondence. Secondly is distribution. Distribution where records sent to the correct department. And third is use where records are used for the daily work. And finally, records go to maintenance and disposition, where records are stored and disposed according to the archive schedule.
Station covers the processing of mail, including inward and outward correspondence, and the management of active, inactive, and long-term records. 3.0 The processing of mail, inward and outward correspondence. Based on our interview with the officers, we found that Jbpm Kuala Terengganu currently uses both manual and electronic records management system. Although the department is moving towards a paperless environment, manual filing is still used together with digital reports. For inward correspondence, official letters are received through email or postal services. When letters are received by email, they are printed out before being processed. However, confidential letters are still sent through postal services to ensure document security. After receiving the correspondence, it is recorded in two ways, which are manual register and computerized records. This shows that Jbpm is currently in the transition phase towards a paperless records management system. Next, the correspondence is sent to the director for instructions. Then, it is distributed through the pigeonhole system, where representatives from each department collect the documents for further actions. After that, the correspondence is filed according to the department filing system. For reports that need to be submitted to headquarters, Jbpm also uses Google Drive to upload and share documents. However, printed copies of important reports are still kept for records management purposes. 4.0. The management of active, inactive, and long-term records. Next, I'll explain how Jbpm manages its record. The Record Management Unit is under the General Administration Division, which is responsible for management of the organization's records. Jbpm also has a dedicated file room to store both active and inactive records. Active records are records that are frequently used in daily operations. These include administrative files, operational files, and personal files that are regularly referred to by the department. On the other hand, inactive records are records that are no longer used regularly, but are still kept according to the approved records retention schedule. During our interview, the officer explains that report disposal was carried out in 2025. Before any records are disposed of, they are reviewed based on the record retention schedule. An application is then submitted to the National Archives of Malaysia for approval. Once approval is given, the records must be disposed of within 6 months. The officer also explained that different records have different retention periods. For example, personal files are kept for 20 years, while financial records are generally kept for 7 years before disposal. Lastly, confidential records are stored in locked cabinets under the supervision of Human Resource Division. Highly confidential correspondence is delivered in a double-layer envelope and handled only by authorized officers to ensure the security and confidentiality of the records. In conclusion, our site visit gave us a better understanding of how record management is practiced in a real government organization. We learned that Jbpm Kuala Terengganu follows a systematic procedure in processing correspondence and managing records while gradually moving towards a paperless working environment. These practices help to ensure that records are well organized, secure, and easy to retrieve whenever needed. Thank you. That is all.
So, in conclusion, overall, Jbpm Kuala Terengganu has an effective records management system. It supports smooth operation and efficient public services. This visit helped us understand the importance of proper records management and its roles in organizational efficiency, accountability, and decision making. The knowledge gained will be used for our future studies and careers.